Dutch PM compares Theresa May to Monty Python limbless knight.
Here's a summary of the article.
Theresa May is like the knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail who loses his arms and legs in a duel and calls it a draw, the Dutch Prime Minister has said. Mark Rutte, who appeared visibly irritated last week at the failure of MPs to pass the Brexit deal, admitted feeling angry at the impasse in Westminster. She reminds me occasionally of that character from Monty Python where all the arms and legs are cut off but he then tells the opponent, let's call it a draw, she's incredible. She goes on and on. At the same time, I do not blame her, but British politics. The Black Knight sketch in the 1975 Monty Python film had John Cleese playing the role of the deluded swordsman who could not admit defeat, even as Graham Chapman's King Arthur cut off all his limbs. On Sunday, the British Chancellor, Philip Hammond, admitted the third attempt at getting the deal past MPs might not take place this week if the numbers continue to be stacked against it being voted through. The Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn, meanwhile said if May's deal were brought back to Parliament this week, Labour might support an amendment, which would make approval of the deal conditional on a confirmatory referendum. Rutte accused Labour and the Tory MPs in the European Research Group of putting party politics above the national interest.
This post received a score of 41,665, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
No deal. 'Tis merely a flesh wound.
And a 202 to 432 defeat is a draw.
We are the Commons. WHO say no.
Approve this deal. No. How about this deal? No. How about no deal? No. Hold a new referendum? No. Request to extend the deadline? I mean yes.
How about this exact same deal?
How about this exact same deal except we promise not to implement these legal provisions within it unless absolutely necessary, and even if we do it will only be for like 5 minutes. But we won't pinky swear promise.
What are you going to do? Bleed on me? Came to type this, sadly quite relevant for the UK post-Brexit.
On the bright side, there won't be migrants stealing jobs anymore because there won't be any more jobs, that is.
Oh, there will still be migrants stealing jobs. Only this time, the migrants will be British.
Look at me, Governor, I am the pole now. A bit unfair to the knight.
Why? I think he would only consider this but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off. And #X200B. Edit, your.
No it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've had worse.
You lie. Come on ya pansy.
Oh, what are you going to do? Bleed on me?
Have it you. Slices off other leg. Okay, we'll call it a draw.
Come back here, I'll bite your ankles off.
Rutte is really putting himself in the spotlight around Brexit lately. Trying to become relevant on the European stage before leaving Dutch politics behind for Brussels, would be my guess.
But he promised he wouldn't go to Brussels.
Threatened FTFY.
The Netherlands has elections next week, so I guess it's related. He is giving out warnings to those who are thinking of creating another UK or Italy.
Just to clarify, the upcoming elections are for the state's provincial and water boards. Think regional rather than national government. The state's provincial do elect our Senate, but other than that it really doesn't have much bearing on his position as Prime Minister or the coalition in Parliament. Rutte is not about to leave Dutch politics anytime soon, at least not as a result of these elections.
It has a huge impact on Parliament. If the coalition does not have a majority in Parliament, the coalition could fall.
Barely. Do you know how many coalitions had to work with a minority in the Senate? I just can't fathom where people get this myth from. Having a majority in the Senate is considered a luxury in Dutch politics, it's not the norm at all.
I'm American and there's something that sort of confuses me about Brexit, if anyone can help explain it. It was my understanding that May was against Brexit before the country voted on it, but now as the PM it's her job to broker the deal for it because that's what the people of the country have voted for. Is this correct? If that's the case, it honestly seems like a pretty shitty position for her, having to plan and execute an idea that you yourself think is fucking stupid.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.